Welcome to Beyond the Press Release, a production of Gorecom, in which we take the time to speak with small cap executives after they put out big news. And guys, for those of you who love Web3, NFT projects, and fighting, you're going to absolutely love this interview with Matt Bailey, who's the CEO of GameOn Entertainment Technologies, trades in Canada under GET, G-E-T, for a friends in the US, GMETF. They're a leading B2B technology company that's partnering with some of the world's biggest IPs to launch, operate, and monetize Web3 games that take fans to a whole new level of engagement. I call it the future of superfan engagement. And more than just lip service, look at the company's growth. 2021 was their building year, raised just under $6 million. 2022 was the year of selling and proving demand. More than 10 partners went live. They're on track to reach $1 million. We'll still see what the final number turned out to be. And 2023 is expected to be their year of profitability, but they actually hit that in December, $74,000 of profitability in December. So they're even early, and they think revenues will at least double in 2023. And the big news we're talking about today, they've launched the world's first playable digital fighters. Hence what I said about my intro about if you love fighting and MMA and all that, and karate. And they grant a massive grant funding from a major network we want to teach you about. Matt, welcome back, my friend.
Good to be here, George.
Hey, some pretty exciting stuff. You're combining Web3, NFT, gamifying it all, and karate with the launch of Karateka, the world's first playable digital fighters for fantasy games. So for the new people who might be seeing this, because there are going to be a lot who are seeing this, just kind of lay that out. We've talked about it in the past, but it's so exciting. What is a digital fighter, and what can I do with those digital fighters?
Yeah, so for the Karateka project, we're working with our partner, Karate Combat. They're a karate league with about 10 million people watching every month and about 200 million video streams every month. So they're pretty big time. Same format to UFC every month, a bunch of fights. They stream it live, and it's a really, really cool league, up and coming. So for them, we're minting NFTs, but you won't actually know their NFTs. One thing that we're really, really bullish on this year is that who cares about NFTs? What fans care about is actually what they can do with them. So what we're minting is playable digital fighters. So they're digital versions of the fighters that you love and watch and root for in these fights. But you own them, they're yours. And then you can draft them in a fantasy lineup, and you earn rewards and points and all types of fun things based on how that fighter actually performs in the events you're watching. So real life events, every time he lands a punch, a takedown, a kick, you're getting points and you're getting rewarded. So it's a fantasy game that's fueled by Web3. The NFTs and the blockchain allow the ownership, and they allow the reward distribution. So the power of the blockchain is really fueling this game. But they're called playable digital fighters. There's absolutely no need to call them an NFT. You'll be able to buy them with your credit card. You don't need crypto. You don't need a wallet. And we'll create a wallet for you once you buy that NFT. And you know what? We're not even going to call it a wallet. It's going to be called a locker. So that's how we think about it. We want to make it as easy as possible. I like to say that I want my grandparents to be able to go online, buy a playable digital fighter, and play this fantasy game and engage in Web3 without even knowing it. That's how Web3 wins in 2023.
And Karate Combat, like you said, this is no small league. Even though all of us know UFC, MMA, we see this on pay-per-view. These guys they have a massive following. Do you guys have good reason to expect that the fans and the followers of Karate Combat are going to be really excited about this, participate in, and really dive in hard with it?
Yeah, I mean, the best thing about this Karate Combat League is that it's a super millennial audience. So I think 95% of their streaming audience is under the age of 40, which is pretty incredible for a sports league. That's very, very young compared to other martial arts. Yeah. And this audience, they don't want to just sit and watch a game passively, on the couch. I still sit down and watch an NFL game for 4 hours. Actually, I watch multiple NFL games for 4 hours on a Sunday. Millennials don't want to do that, or the younger millennials, Gen Z, they simply won't do it. They want to play the game. They want to influence the content. They don't just want to watch passively. They want to have an influence in what's going to happen. They want to own the content. They want to play the content. And that's the audience that we're going to serve this product to, which we're really excited about. And the best thing about this project, George, is that GameOn keeps a juicy 80% of the revenue that's generated from it. We're just kicking back 10% to the community, and then another 10% to the fighters themselves, so they have skin in the game, and everything else GameOn keeps, which is really great.
And that's a credit to your technology, right? Because you went to the karate combat guy, said, guys, you don't have to worry about building, you don't have to worry about figuring it out, you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about any of that. We'll deliver it, and but we'll keep 80%. And to me, I would take that deal because I don't have to worry about. I just want to focus on karate combat. I don't want to become a technology company all of a sudden. So that's a credit to your tech, right?
Yeah, they focus on what they're great at, while we focus on what we're great at, which is engaging fans through technology and games. And yeah, I mean, who knows what opportunities pop up from this. We've already landed another partner in the equestrian space, which will be doing the exact same thing. And again, this is a credit to our technology. Instead of playable digital fighters, we're now going to mint playable digital horses and riders. And instead of playing instead of playing fantasy games that are dependent on real world karate events, they're dependent on real world equestrian events. And remember that world is a very, very affluent world. So we'll probably, those NFTs will be a little bit more premium. We'll sell them for a little bit more. It's a very different audience, but because we've already built it, and we're calling this platform the Play Next platform, because we've already built it at the platform level, doing that for the equestrian partner will take about a month or two instead of years, which it would typically take for a company to build that from scratch.
If you can figure it out to begin with, because this industry is constantly changing, the tech is constantly changing, artificial intelligence impacts all of it. So good luck. I would never want to be on the tech side of things. So I think it's genius what you guys are doing. By the way, do these NFTs, we're going to call them just for sake, do they have a chance to grow in value over time? Or is it just that they have great utility and allow you to participate with karate combat or the equestrian side?
Yeah, definitely. So in all of our products with the Karateka project or the equestrian project, there's an opportunity to sell your NFTs on a marketplace within the game. And that's where the opportunity is. That's where the excitement is. Yes, you can use these playable digital fighters in games, but then you can sell them on a marketplace, and if the market demands it, you can sell it for more. For example, it's almost like buying a rookie card. If you get a fighter that's just up and coming, and then he climbs the ranks, and maybe he even goes to the UFC one day, and you have his karate combat rookie card, like that's really exciting in the same way that having a LeBron rookie card is.
Speaking of tokens, you're about to embark on a pre-sale for Karateka. Is the token name $ karate, or is? And, no, tell us about the token sale and what you want to achieve with that.
Yeah, so the token, that karate token is actually Karate Combat's karate token. They are launching that to give ownership of the league to their fans, and that's separate to GameOn. What we're doing is we're going to launch these playable digital fighters, NFTs. Technically, they're tokens as well, but yes, we have a ramp up where we're going to be VIP pre-saling in the next 14 days or so. That'll kick off, and that'll be at a discount. It'll be $19.99 for one playable digital fighter. You have to buy a minimum of 50 to be in the pre-sale.
Then we'll have 50.
Yep. And that's really for the OGs, for the people who are Web3 native. They want to come in and kind of be a whale, so to speak. And then after that, we have general sales. We have various whitelists over the next couple of months. But on May 20 at the Karate Combat event here in Miami, that'll be their second event of the year. We will be publicly launching to the main audience. There might not be much left of there might only be 20 or 30% supply left at that time, but that's when we'll be publicly launching it. If you want to get on one of those earlier whitelists, either talk to me about the VIP pre-sale, or sign up on our socials and in our Discord to get on the whitelist, because there will be various whitelists and discounts leading up to that public launch.
I'm writing that down.
That won't require the minimum. Only the VIP sale requires the minimum. But then when we have those whitelists, all you need to do is be on the whitelist and you'll be able to purchase at a discount.
So going back to what you said about the Karate Combat launching their DAO. So a lot of people don't know that language, but they're going to be the first professional sports league to launch a decentralized autonomous organization. A lot of people don't know that, but essentially it transitions power, governance to the fans and the athletes, and they're doing that through their karate token. Explain why that is such a big deal and why that's probably going to help what you're doing, because it just brings the fans deeper into the organization, right?
Yeah, I mean, this goes back to why it's so exciting for fans is because it goes back to, the fact that Gen Z and millennials, they don't want to just passively watch. They want to own the league, and they can through a DAO, a very small piece. By buying some tokens, they can now have ownership and have a real impact on decisions by being part of this organization. So that's what it really taps into from a fan standpoint. But from a structural standpoint, the whole ethos of Web3 is that none of these organizations are governed by one central body, by a CEO or a board, for example. So what it enables is decentralization, where many people have an impact and must decide on things that can happen, all powered by technology. So it's not like we have to mail in our votes and it takes ages, and it's like,
right there.
Yeah, it's all right there and it's easy. So, I don't know what Karate Combat's plans are, but the way that other teams or leagues might do this is, choose the color or design of a jersey, choose who the team captain is, maybe even choose what a play is. We see fan-controlled football league doing really cool stuff in that sense, where fans actually call the play.
Might be things like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what it allows, and I think it's what Gen Z and the generations to follow. That's what they're going to expect. They're not going to consume sport like we do.
Well, it's exciting. It's exciting too because, and I don't want to talk about it as an investment, but it's cool because imagine if UFC offered this 10 years ago, where its fans could have participate in the ownership and governance of UFC. That would be pretty unbelievable today, right?
Yeah, for sure. And they're on our radar. We'd love to do a deal with them. We really think this Karateka project and the Equestrian project can really put our flag on the moon and catapult us to working with leagues like the UFC and various other major leagues that we're talking to. So it is exciting.
Well, look, we're just speculating, but I find it hard to believe that Dana White and his team wouldn't hear about this, because it is a close-knit community, maybe two different organizations, but they're going to they're going to know about it. So fingers crossed. You never know, but that's the beautiful thing about your business. The Karateka led to the Equestrian, and I'm sure it's going to lead to much more. And if we ended the interview there, it'd be, Matt, this is awesome, this is amazing. But we've got another element, which is you received a grant from the H-Bar Foundation, which and that's for launching Karateka on Hedera Network. What is Hedera Network? Explain that to everybody. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so if we're building on the blockchain, which we are for our products, it powers the ownership and the rewards and the decentralization. You need to choose which blockchain to build on. We build on various. We've built on Polygon. We're now building on Hedera. We built on a couple of others. We're chain agnostic, is what we say. But think of it, if you're not familiar with Web3, think of it similar to AWS, which Web2 companies build on. It's where you host your technology. There are others like Google Cloud. You have to choose a cloud provider when you're building a Web2 technology, anything, an app. And they want you to build there because then they get transactions and people using the product and traffic, and all of that drives their business. In the same way in Web3, the blockchains want you on their platform so that they can have NFTs being minted, other transactions and stuff happening so that they make their little cut at scale. They'll make a lot of money. So right now in the infancy of Web3, they're out there with funds or foundations that will pay projects to build on their chain to incentivize them.
It's a land grab, right? It's a land grab. It's like these blockchains want to get great properties like yours as soon as possible so they can fill them up and have them on their network for 100 years.
Yeah, and it's really important to make the right decision from a technical standpoint. Polygon is great. We built on Polygon. When we did the diligence on Hedera, we're really excited to build there. That they are governed by some of the biggest companies in the world, like Google and IBM and LG and Boeing and various others. So we really love their technology. And then they wanted to incentivize us not only with the cash, the grant, which is non-dilutive, but also with technical support, product support, and various other community and marketing elements. And yeah, it was a no-brainer for us to go there. It de-risks the Karateka project. It's cash flow into the business right now, and it's a way for us to expand where we build to not only be relevant to Polygon, but also be relevant to Hedera. So yeah, we also see it as a huge validation of what we're building with the PlayNext platform, with Karateka, with that project that makes it, or that platform that we have, that makes it easy for brands and their fans to engage in Web3. That is powerful, and we've seen validation of that from Hedera.
And let's talk about that for a second, because validation is important, right? Really important, because it doesn't guarantee your success on Karateka, but man, it's a big bet that they're making, because we think this is going to be a big growing project on our platform for a long time, right?
Yeah, they do their diligence just like any VC, angel, or other investment vehicle would. It took time. It took diligence. It took a couple months. Actually, we've known these guys since maybe mid last year. When they saw the Karateka project and they did their diligence on that, they said, you know what, we want this on Hedera. So what would it take? And we kind of got to the terms that we eventually agreed on. But yeah, they're very excited to have us on board, as we are. We're very excited to be building on Hedera and have a fruitful partnership together. We think it sets us up for success, not only for Karateka, but for various projects in the future.
Could there be another grant for the equestrian, assuming you're putting that on Hedera, and other grants? So in other words, do you see a potential long future with Hedera where you put multiple projects on there?
Potentially, yeah. Before this, we did get some grants from Polygon as well. So we have received grants from a couple of different blockchains. So yeah, it just depends on how we continue building out, and what the partners feel like doing as well. So.
And last question, one of the biggest problem with Web3 and tech companies, especially because we've seen exposed over the last 15 months, is that great ideas, big plans, but they're not executing, they're blowing out cash, and then now they're at risk of even surviving. You had a plan to become profitable in 2023. And in fact, you broke even in October 2022. And you had an adjusted net income of just under $75,000 in December. How excited should shareholders be? How excited are you about that, that you guys were able to kind of get there a little ahead of schedule and really strongly?
Yeah, I mean, we made the decision about a year ago now, a little over a year ago, and we were like, you know what? This is going to be a rough year or two. We need to make some smart decisions here. We need to, first of all, cut expenses, and it came at a good time because we'd just finished building the technology, so we could actually afford to cut a lot of expenses. We halved it. We halved expenses from about 300 to 150. The second thing we did is that now that the product's built, we're going to go out there and sell, like our lives depend on it. And we did. We nudged that 1 million target last year, and this year I think we've already got about 1.5 booked, so way more than what we did last year booked, and we should surpass 3 million this year. So it hasn't been easy. It's required a lot of optimization and a lot of patience to get to where we are today, but it was very rewarding to be able to hit those milestones in October and December, be cash flow positive, to be having the cash in that we do have coming in, because quite frankly, if we didn't make that decision and execute on it, startups are dying because of cash flow problems today. So we were able to survive.
And you said it took patience, and it's been a while, but I got to tell you, I'm impressed with your pace. 2021 went public, got your first round of funding. Last year, kind of proof that you guys could sell with the partners you went live with. And now in 2023, you're already booking major revenue, profitability, all of it. So, what does the next 2-3, I would say 5 years, that's too far. What does the next 2-3 years look like, Matt? Because you are hitting the road. What does your pipeline look like? What's the reaction when you guys walk into a room? So as a result, what do you see down the road in terms of success for GameOn? Because to me, it seems like you're going to get a lot of business from people who want what you have to offer.
Yeah, I mean, we're just scratching the surface as far as partners we can work with. So I think we 2 to 3x revenue for the next few years, because we're not even close to saturating the market, or we're not running out of partners to reach out to. So we're out there. And by the way, I'm the one spearheading sales still. I'm the one out there selling with one of my sales guys, and that's me out there making sure we get deals done. So that's what we're focused on. And then, hopefully the market is a little bit friendlier this year. I'm quite new to capital markets, but the last 2 years is all I know. So all I know is this kind of horrible time that we've all been through. And guys like yourselves who've been in it forever tell me that this is the worst it's been in 10, 20 years. So I just hope that.
But I'll tell you something. It's actually goes. The market goes through this because people at home might be watching this. And one thing you should know, Matt. Every about 7 or 8 years, the small cap markets go through this catharsis of, all right, hold on. George Bucks is way up here in value. We know it's junk. Let's start cleaning that junk out of here. GameOn, you get hit because it's a sympathy shot. But mark my words, timestamp it. Once the catharsis is done, it looks like it's pretty much done. The next 3 to 4 years after this are a fantastic ride for the survivors because they're real.
Yeah. Exactly.
The gets, grants, contracts, profitability, and the best is yet to come. I think it's going to be a fantastic time. And
that's why I'm sitting here with a smile on my face and I'm relaxed and feeling good, is because I know that when the market does come back, our fundamentals are in a great place. We've focused on that. We've shut out the noise and we've driven the business, and it shows in the numbers and in the reporting that's about to come out. So we're in a good spot.
It shows not in just the numbers, but it shows in what we're able to talk about here. Everything you described. I love the fact, I'm going to end it with this. I love the fact that despite the fact you're a B2B company, that helps companies, you partner with companies to help launch Web3 games, and you could have made this very difficult to understand. You've actually made it really easy to understand for everybody, which makes it an even easier time to get investors interested in your company. So congratulations, well done. Can't wait to hear about the equestrian when that comes and other ones. But in the meantime, congratulations on a few big milestones you've hit in the last couple of months, my friend.
Thanks, George. See you in Miami soon.
See you in Miami. We'll be doing we won't give it away, but look for me and Matt in Miami, and it's going to be a great business thing we're going to show you. But for everybody at home, you've been watching or you've been listening to my podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple, your favorite podcast platform. To Matt Bailey, he's the CEO of GameOn Entertainment, trades in Canada, GET, in the US, GM ETF. You want to start your due diligence because you're excited about Web3. You love things like Karateka, and they put it all together and successful. Get the company's profile page on Agoracom. Get that first level of knowledge because we know there are a lot of new things going on here. And then get over to the company's website, do your deep dive due diligence. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. See you next time. Hey guys, the video's over, but don't forget to help your company by liking it and even leaving a comment below. And then don't forget to help yourself by subscribing to our YouTube channel so you never miss another great Agoracom small cap video.